Alright, boys and girls, good morning, good afternoon. Sorry I'm not there today. Mr. Chavez is going to just watch you guys do some great work. So here we go. We're going to start with number 1, assignment 53, daily math review. First thing I'd like for you guys to do is write down the 4 numbers. This is a little different than we've done in the past because you see that we actually have a percent, which is very different. But it's not very hard because you guys know how to change these percents into decimals. And you can change the fractions into decimals as well, and then order them from least to greatest. So let's start with the 1/3. The 1/3 can easily be put into a decimal, 1 divided by 3. And if you work on it, you'll notice that the 3 is just going to keep repeating itself. So I stop on the second, and after the second decimal, and just put a box around it so it looks like money. As you guys can hear, I'm a little bit sick, so don't make fun of me for saying or sounding horrible. The 265% we can easily turn into a decimal, or just change it so it looks like money by getting rid of the percent symbol, moving the decimal 2 places to the left. And then now you see 1/3 is like 33 cents, and then 265% would be like $2.65. And then what we need to do is change the 1 3/8, which we don't really need to change the 1 3/8 because you can tell that it's 1 and some change. So I put 1 point and then space. If you do the 3/8, you could figure out exactly what the change would be, or the cents would be, but you really don't need to, because looking at the last one, it's a negative number, and that's going to be the smallest. Negative 2.4 is the smallest. Then we can look, okay, the next one's going to be 33 cents. If we looked at it that way, it would be 1/3. And then the 1 3/8 is definitely smaller than 2.65. And then finally, the 265%. So there's number 1. Took 3 minutes. Number 2. First, write the equation. Pretty simple. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to look at we're going to do the opposite of addition, which is subtraction. We got to get m by itself. So you subtract the 84.2 from that side, turns into 0. You get m by itself. Whatever you do to one side, you're going to do to the other. Now make sure you line up your decimals. You got to borrow, and there's your answer. Alright, let's move on to number 3. First thing I'm doing is writing down the actual sentence. I can look at it already and tell that I'm going to be looking for a percent. So of means multiply, is equal, and then I rewrite the equation. Now what I need to do, I need to get p by itself. So I do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. 60 divided by 60 is 1. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. And then you do 6 divided by 60. The 6 goes inside the house. You're going to have to add a decimal. And you're going to get 0.1. You turn it into a percent, which you're looking for, you're going to turn it into 10%. Alright, let's move on to number 4. Now number 4 is tricky. We haven't done work with fractions in a while, so first thing we need to do is turn the mixed number into an improper fraction. So you multiply 7 times 2 plus 4. And that makes 18 over 7. I'm going to rewrite the division problem in a second. We're going to change it to multiplication. But take your time, do it step by step. The next step is going to be to multiply the reciprocal. So rewrite it, negative 18 over 7 times 2 over 1. Let me take us back. What we do now is we look to see if we can cross simplify. And what I've noticed right from the beginning is I can't cross simplify. So I'm going to circle the 2 and the 7 and the 18 and the 1. And then I'm just going to multiply across. 18 times 2, and it's going to be negative 18 times 2 is 36. And 7 times 1 is 7. So the next thing we need to do is now turn it back into a mixed number. So you take the 36 and divide by 7. So 36 inside the house, 7 outside the house. 7 goes into 36. Well, it doesn't go into 3, but it goes into 36 5 times. And you're left with 1. So then we're working with fractions, so we leave it as a fraction. It's going to be 5 and 1/7. And at the very end, don't forget that the answer should be a negative. So I'm going to rewrite it down here. Boom. Circle your answer. Alright, number 5. Here we go. Now, number 5 is pretty simple. You're writing a formula that's been given to you, and then you're going to just substitute. And after you substitute, you need to remember PEMDAS, or order of operation. So that's how we write it at first on our paper. The M, N, and P are up in the key. And all we do now is substitute. So it's going to be 5 times 2 plus 6 minus 4 to the second power. Then off to the side, I just for the heck of it, write PEMDAS. Helps people so they don't make mistakes. So there aren't any parentheses, so I'm going to cross out the P. There are exponents, so I'm going to do the exponents. Remember, 4 to the second power is 4 times 4, not 4 times 2. 4 times 4 is 16. Then I rewrite the whole problem. Do it step by step. Take your time. Next, we're done with the exponents, and next is multiplication. And I look, is there multiplication? Yes. So we're going to do the 5 times 2, which is 10. I'm going to rewrite the whole thing. Now, we see the addition, and, well, there's no division. We're done with multiplication, no division. We see addition and subtraction are together. No matter what order they come in, if you see addition and subtraction together, you're going to go left to right. So, right now, we're going to do the addition first since it comes first. 10 plus 6 is 16, and then it's going to be 16 minus 16. Oh, look. All that work for 0. So this is the end for periods 2 and period 1 and period 4. So you guys can move on to the guided practice. But my period 5, you're going to continue on to 6, 7, and 8. So here's number 6. For period 5, it's pretty simple. It tells you to write it into scientific notation. You guys know how to do that. You move the decimal back so that you only have a number in the ones column. You count the amount of times you move the decimal back, and that's going to be times 10 to the 5th. Very simple. Number 7 is now, okay, you're doing the opposite. Be careful on number 7 because a lot of spaces you have to move the decimal. So make sure you don't miss a 0, you'll see. So it's 3.2 times 10 to the 12th. Well, you got to take the 3.2 and move the decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. And then fill those in with zeros. So on this one, I think there should be 11 zeros. It's such a big number, I'm not even sure I could even tell you the name of it. I'm not even going to try. It's just that. Alright, number 8. So with number 8, we're finding the percent decrease. A lot of students missed this day. I'm just going to quickly show you how to solve it. What you're going to do is you're going to write this equation or formula. It's the difference between the two numbers over the original number. So that's what you're going to use to solve it. In this problem, the original number, since percent decrease, is going to be 1,500. So you take 1,500, subtract 1,416, and then in the end you're going to divide by 1,500. 1,500 take away 1,416 is 84. 84 over, or divided by 1,500 is so after you show all your work, you guys can do it on your own. I'm doing it off to the side. And here's your decimal, but remember we're finding percent decrease, so we need to turn this decimal into a percent. The way you do that is by moving the decimal 2 places to the right. So it's going to be 5.6%. There you go. You're done with the daily math review. And now, 5th period, you guys can move on to the guided practice 9 through 13.